Schmeller, thanks for taking the time to come here. I'm going to ask you short questions and you just give short answers. Your first thought after the foul in Freiburg.
Damn. Must have been something like that. I quickly realised that. Oh, you wanted short answers? Well, damn.
How did you like to kill time during your injury?
Taking walks?
Oh, that's nice. What do you miss most when training individually without your teammates?
The ball.
Complete this sentence. Going back to team training is?
A great feeling.
And Marcel Schmelzer will stay fit for the rest of the season because
I've been injured twice now, and that's enough for one season.
Du bist durch, soweit, ne? Das wäre dir auf jeden Fall zu wünschen. Also ganz wichtig. Für Borussia bist du immer wichtiger geworden.
You've become more and more important the longer you've been at Borussia Dortmund, and we can see that in the video.
Jetzt noch einmal unser Beitrag.
Marcel Schmelzer, 09 years of professional football for Borussia Dortmund. As a youngster, he was a backup for BVB legend Dede. Today, he's team captain and an institution on the left-back position himself. In between, a long journey with moments of happiness and injuries. With red cards and scored goals, but especially with lots of passion and commitment. 2 times German champion, 2 times winner of the German Cup, but still eager for success with BVB. Marcel Schmelzer, from porter to black and yellow title holder.
Schmeller, now here's a task for you. We want clear and honest answers. Well, actually, it's not us, but one of your teammates.
Auch nicht wir, sondern ein Mitspieler.
Hi, Schmelle. Hi, Nobby. I've got 2 questions for you. The first one is, why did you hate me in the beginning? And the second one is, why are you being called Ratinho?
You wanted honest answers, right?
We need to say that you're really good friends now.
Yes, we are, definitely.
Now tell us.
He doesn't like to admit that, but I do. I don't mind telling people that in the beginning I had some problems with him. We've been in the same class, but Nuri became a professional player very early and I went to school alone most of the time. And I often got in trouble for things he did, but he wasn't there because he had training. That was it.
Das war halt einfach. Und für mich war es auch, ich bin halt aus Magdeburg gekommen, aus einer
And then I came to Dortmund from Magdeburg, a small city, and then I met him.
stand mir da so einer vor. Es ist schwierig, das zu
It's difficult to explain why we didn't get along well at that time, but now we're getting along all the better.
uns dafür umso besser.
He had a second question.
Ich weiß nicht, wie da...
I don't know why he came up with that nickname. I only know that Ratinho played for Kaiserslautern. Did he tell you?
No, he just asked that question.
Gestellt.
Well, then he should answer it himself next time. He was supposed to ask only one question anyhow.
Well, since you're the team captain, 2 questions are allowed.
Ich glaube, es
Well, maybe it's because I sometimes act like a rat on the field.
auf dem Platz dann auch, ja...
And since it's the minimisation, he calls me Ratinho.
Verniedlichung ist einfach Ratinho denn.
Jetzt seid ihr so gut befreundet. Geht das?
Okay, now you're really good friends. Does that go beyond sport? Do you spend time together off the pitch as well? It seems to be rather unusual.
Weniger hören.
Ja, nee, doch, das ist schon so. Also wir...
Yes, we do. We keep in touch even on holiday.
glaube ich, die ganze Zeit auch im Kontakt und ist jetzt nicht so, dass wir zusammen...
We don't spend our holidays together. That would be difficult. He's afraid of dogs, and I still don't know why. He always says there's a reason, but I don't see it.
Dass es da einen Grund gibt, aber ich sehe da keinen und deswegen ist es halt schwierig, dass
He's been at my house 2 times only, when the dogs weren't in the house.
immer nur dann, wenn die Hunde nicht da waren. Und
That's the problem. Otherwise, maybe we'd spend even more time together.
Nicht noch häufiger sehen, aber wir sind eigentlich.
So he's really afraid of dogs.
Well, I don't think so. He just talks himself into it. But that's going too far now.
Jetzt gehen wir auch schon zu weit, das ist alles.
So let's take a picture now. We'll make a collage out of all the pictures and then auction it off at the end of the season.
Oh, I've seen that. Everyone sticks out their tongue.
Yes, but we don't do that.
Einfach so müssten wir drunter. So.
Very nice, Schmeller. Thanks for coming.
It was my pleasure.
Stay fit. Nice to have you here. See you soon and bye-bye.
Wir sehen uns bald wieder. Tschüss, macht's gut. Ihr seid ja jetzt schon.
You've been in Dortmund for 4 months now. Have you settled in? Do you feel at home? Do you like the city? Does the beer taste good? And the sausages?
Schmeckt euch die Currywurst?
You're forgetting the women.
Ja.
I have to say I've settled in very well in Dortmund and feel at home.
Not because of the women.
No, not just because of the women.
Have you had a chance to look around the city?
Auch die Stadt mal ein bisschen anzugucken.
Yeah, a bit. We've been to the centre and a few restaurants, and I like it.
Das gefällt mir. Ja.
You'll probably get recognised straight away.
Yeah, but people leave me alone. It's going well.
Es geht schon gut.
Can I have a picture?
That does happen sometimes.
Du warst jetzt schon
You're very well travelled. Netherlands, France, Japan, Israel, now Germany. What is it like for a European living in Israel or Japan? That really interests me.
würde mich wirklich mal interessieren.
Also für mich waren das zwei.
They're both very fascinating countries for me. Everything's different in Japan. We lived in Tokyo.
Such a massive city.
It's unbelievable. 24 million people, but you don't feel like it's full. It's very easygoing, and we loved it there,
Gefreut da, aber das haben wir auch in Israel.
like we did in Israel.
Wenn man denkt an Israel, dann denkt man an
When you think of Israel, you might think of war and bombs and everything, but Tel Aviv is one of the nicest cities I've ever been to. I loved it there.
was ich gesehen habe, wirklich. Und das hat mich auch gefreut.
Seit 10
We're delighted that Peter and Henry have been in charge of our lads for 10 games now, with great success.
mit großem Erfolg, worüber
Let's have a look now at everything that has happened to our BVB since the summer.
was so seit Sommer alles bei unserem BVB passiert ist.
Peter Bosch and Henry Kreutzen, the first 100 days at BVB. A hectic start with a few wobbles in friendlies. The transfer window was insane. Peter and Henry remained calm. Since then, BVB have been on form. Eased through in the Cup first round and a best ever start to a Bundesliga season. There's just work to be done in the Champions League. But with composure, fun and attacking prowess, that won't be a problem. In the next 100 days with Peter Bosch and Henry Kreutzen.
There are 3 of you, Peter, Henry, Albert. Who does what?
Albert ist von uns.
Of the 3 of us, Albert is best with computers. Computers are just not our thing.
Computer ist nicht unsere Sache.
It's not the most important thing.
Doch, doch.
Oh, it is. It certainly is nowadays. We try and talk to the players about the game. And
Über das Spiel und alles und Albert.
Albert, together with Sarah, compiles all the pictures. That's important. And before training, he puts the training program up on the computer, and it looks really good.
Sieht wirklich super aus.
We do a lot together, even the training. We do everything together. And Albert does everything on the computer. It all comes out beautifully, and then we go onto the pitch.
Stehen wir auf dem Platz. Ihr drei
How did you 3 start working together?
zusammengekommen?
Das erste Mal, dass ich
I first met Albert through my friend Ted. He introduced us, and Albert was working at Vitesse Arnhem at the time. He'd moved from Barcelona to Arnhem, and I found Barcelona's style of play under Pep Guardiola back then very interesting. I was fascinated by their game and wanted to know how they did
Ich
it.
möchte gerne alles wissen von wie die das gemacht haben. Und dann haben wir in ein Restaurant uns getroffen.
So we met in a restaurant, and then 2 years later, I think it was, we started working together. Hendry and I went from Heracles to Arnhem, and Albert and Ted were still there, and we started working together.
This system had a great influence on you. You thought it was good and wanted to put it into action.
Systems are not that important to me. First and foremost, I wanted to win. And secondly, that we entertain the fans.
At the
end of the day, we play football for the fans, not for ourselves. And I think the two things can go hand in hand. You can win and play good football.
You described yourself as more of a destroyer on the pitch. How come your style as a coach is so different, so attacking?
Wenn ich Trainer
When I
werde,
became a
das
coach
war in
back in
2000,
2000,
habe ich
I
keine
had no
Ahnung, was für
idea
ein
at all
Training
what kind of training to choose.
War
I'd
nur auf
only
die
been on
Bank.
the bench.
Weiß noch
I
ganz
remember
genau das
my
erste
first
Spiel,
game
das
for
war damals
Achio
bei
Feifei in Apeldoorn.
Ich war auf die Bank, das erste Spiel.
I was on the bench and honestly didn't have a clue what to do, and it just developed over the years. Hendry was one of my players back then, by the way.
Skillfully? Quick?
No, not quick. But he could think very quickly.
And that can sometimes be more important than running fast. We're going to drink a nice Brinkhoff's beer now, or a Hervel's, or both. Thank you for coming. Goodbye, and see you soon.
Tschüss, bis bald.
After a disappointing 1-1 draw against Apoel in midweek in the Champions League, it's back to the Bundesliga. However, Peter Bosch with a couple of problems when it comes to defensive injuries. A makeshift back four sees the return of Neven Subotic, who will play his first game of the season. Gonzalo Castro as well, he has to slot into the full-back position, and Jeremy Toljan back in the starting lineup as well. Mark Bartra alongside Subotic. First chance of the game. Would take a while to come, but it would go to Dortmund. Great work from Pulisic to keep the move alive. And some lovely link-up play, one-touch football. Maximilian Philipp doing a good job. Comes back out to Mark Bartra, who has a crack, or is it a cross? Either way, it finds Nuri Sahin, the Dortmund number 8, with an easy tap-in to break the deadlock in the 19th minute. Making no mistakes from short distance. Radicki in goal with absolutely no chance. On to the half-hour mark. And Frankfurt would have their first chance. Neven Subotic leading by example at the back. Putting a stop to the Frenchman Aller. Putting a stop to Frankfurt's chance of an equaliser. Just moments later, Frankfurt would have another opportunity, this time Wolf. A fantastic stop by Roman Bürki. Came pouncing off his line, made himself big. Catching that one in the stomach. It doesn't matter how you save them, as long as you do. To the 34th minute, towards the end of the first half, things starting to heat up after a bit of a slow start to the game. Frankfurt with another opportunity, and again Aller in the mix, but couldn't find the target. No danger that time for Roman Bürki. Just before half-time, 42nd minute, a little dink over the top, and a lovely one. Pulisic with a header back across the face of goal, and then Aubameyang looking to make history. One more goal will see him level with Anthony Yeboah as the highest scoring African player in Bundesliga history. Into the break, Dortmund lead by a goal to nil. And a few moments that were scary, but looked like they were in control and would pick up where they left off in the second half. 51st minute, decent cross, comes back out, and then Aubameyang, the one man you'd want on the end of a chance like that, sends it up and over, was leaning back right from the get-go and unable to find the target. Just seconds later, Dortmund would have another chance. Again, Aubameyang on the move, full throttle, tries the chip. Good save by Radicki though, keeping a strong left arm out to block the Aubameyang shot. Great tackle in midfield then by Nuri Sahin, would create a chance for Maximilian Philipp, who thought about the pass, thought again, and instead slots it into the bottom right corner with a cool finish. Maximilian Philipp with his 5th goal of the season takes Dortmund's tally to 2 for the day. And the boys in black and yellow are looking like they were in full control of this game, but the game was not finished with Dortmund, and neither was Frankfurt. Lovely ball to find it. Rebic, who gets pummeled down to the ground by a acrobatic Roman Bürki. Was expecting the chip, it wasn't forthcoming, and as a result, Aller would have the opportunity from the penalty spot and would put it away to score his 4th of the season and 2nd of the campaign from the spot. And just like that, Frankfurt were back in the game with 65 minutes gone. Dortmund were looking to try and put things back on track though. Pulisic with an opportunity. And a good save from Radicki after the young American did everything right, just shifting the ball to his right to avoid the challenge, but couldn't find the finish he was looking for. 68th minute now. Frankfurt pushing for an equaliser, and it would come. Wolf finding the back of the net, in off the inside of the post, was just onside. Roman Bürki getting a fingertip to it, but not enough to parry it away. 70th minute now, second half really opened up for both sides. It was a back and forth battle in the second 45. Frankfurt with good stages of it, and a golden opportunity for Kasinovic, but he just couldn't find a way past Roman Bürki. He stayed on his feet and was able to collect. Moments later, another opportunity would come for Frankfurt. Now 78th minute. Kevin Prince Boateng finding Rebic back into the path of Aller, and again Roman Bürki, the last man standing, keeping Dortmund in this game at the moment. Then 83rd minute, Jadon Sancho, the 17-year-old Englishman who joined from Manchester City, would get his Bundesliga debut and a chance to impress, and he almost would have become a hero as well. Sancho's effort blocked by Radicki before Nuri Sahin was denied on the line by Hasebi, who was just in the right place at the right time. That was the chance to take all 3 points, but it wasn't meant to be. Dortmund will share the spoils with Frankfurt on game day 9. Make sure you join us for the next instalment right here on BVB World.